Guys, it's 2026 and I want to show you guys how I build my drift cars in CARX Street. So I'm going to try and keep this build as budget friendly as possible, so we're only going to use the ultimate parts at least. This will involve no prototype parts, and honestly this thing still is super good. So this is going to be a little bit of an update video to my previous one, and I think it's going to be a lot better. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Guys, I went through the whole process of showing this car off and basically doing the whole thing, and then realizing that my mic was not working. The entire time. So we're back technically for round 2 of trying to get this done. So I'm going to explain the upgrades, explain my tuning decisions, and then drive this thing around. Starting out in wheels, what we have on this thing is ultimate front spacers, rear spacers. For our width and kind of rim dimensions on this car so far, we have a 245 front. It is a 3019. On the rear, we have a 265 2519. And I use racing wheels to balance it out to be 30, as you can see in the profile at the top. Because that's what I prefer to run it, just 30. It feels super good. Now in suspension, we have for front arms we have ultimate, for rear arms we have ultimate, we have ultimate for our front anti-roll bar, we have no stabilization for our rear, ultimate braking system, for our front and rear springs we have ultimate, and then for our front dampener we are running street, and for our rear dampener we have sport. In body, we have weight reduction and ultimate. We do not have any body upgrades, being these right here, the stages. And for the tank, we have that max as well. No front or rear aero. In the drivetrain, we have the T50S gearbox, which is in swaps right here. Now for our clutch, it's ultimate. For the differential, we have welded. For our transmission, we have ultimate. And drivetrain is stock because that is rear-wheel drive. And for our engine, what we have upgraded is the ECU. We have camshafts. We have intake manifold. Fueling system just for a little bit of horsepower. Cylinder head and engine block. And then exhaust manifold and exhaust too. I forgot about that. Just to give us a little bit more power in this car. Now I'm going to be going over all the tuning, so I'm going to get rid of my face cam so that way you guys can see everything. Now that I'm faceless, let's get into this. In the engine, starting out, I just maxed everything out to give this thing the best possible chance and also highest power. I'm probably going to do an engine swap at some point, but for now we're using the stock motor. Drivetrain, we're going to start from the top of the list all the way down. Starting out with gear shift time, we lowered that all the way down, so in that way this thing obviously has the best shifts. Next up is final drive. We moved that all the way to the right, and that's all I really had to do for the gearing. I didn't even change any of these values here because it's honestly not too terrible. They might get changed in the future if I decide to kind of want longer or shorter gears, but for now it works very good. Drivetrain loss we put all the way down, so that way this thing is not losing any power that it needs. In the body, all we did was up the weight to the right all the way. And then the weight distribution to the front is all the way left, and then center of gravity is all the way down to the left. In suspension, for the front springs, I have it on 122. The stiffness is 79. For stiffness, we left it stock. For camber, it's at negative 5.5. Caster is a 7.5. Ackerman angle is an 85. Steering angle is a 65. Toe is 0. For our braking system, our braking force is all the way left, which is how it is, and for the bias, it's at 90%. Now for the rear of the car, our suspension length is 121. Our stiffness is 59. Sorry, spring stiffness, not to be confused with stiffness. For the rear camber, we just made the wheel straight as possible with negative 1.9. Wheel toe, we do have it at 0.25, and that's it for that. In wheels, for the pressure, front is 2, for the rear it is 1.5, And then for our offsets, it's 22 and 14. So that is the complete build on this car. Let's go get some doors and let's have some fun. So guys, I do gotta say this thing is super good overall. Obviously we're at the apartment, so it's going to be a little bit scuffed here to show you everything about this car. Oh, that was close. But I gotta say, from just driving this thing around, it's really good. Love how the gears are. Mainly a fourth gear car. Unless you're in a slower spot, then probably drop it into third. But this thing is super good. And as you can see, I got a decent gap on this guy. Woo! No, dude, I hate those barriers and stuff. Here we go, someone a little bit quicker behind us here. But yeah, this thing will definitely be able to hang in basically any lobby you throw it in. Obviously, you might need a little bit of power if you really want to keep up to everyone. But so far, it's doing its job, and it's very good. If I haven't said that already. Yeah, super sick, chill build, and glad to have it in my collection, that's for sure. Woo! Getting through all the barriers here. So yeah, hopefully you guys found this updated kind of guide slash how I build my stuff kind of a video at least a little bit interesting, and I hope you guys learned something from it. But even if you didn't, consider the like button, hitting that subscribe button, and hitting that notification bell to upload and stay up to date. And with that being said, I think we're gonna get out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'm out. Peace. Yeah. Woo. Here we go.